So you just have no heat. You have no door. It's just like they just started pulling all of the items out.
All the kids in the daycare froze to death.
Yeah, they're all
They took the kids. They sold the kids, got whatever value they
These
could
are
out of it.
ours now.
That's probably like pushing the limits of legality, but it's like not the daycare thing. I'm
Jeez.
saying like just taking the doors off. But it's not like if you live there, like you can't just freeze a family out.
I mean, there's rules. If you have like a tenant who isn't paying, you have to keep water and
Yes.
power and electricity on, even if you are paying it. So like, you know, I remember my parents, they have a guest house that they rent out, and I remember one time this lady, she stopped paying. Like this happened all within like 3 months too. It was insanity, and they don't trust anybody anymore. She stopped paying like immediately. Like she paid like the to get in, and then just that was it. And it took like 3 months, and you can't like because it was attached to the home's meter and everything. Like they were paying the water bill and the electrical bill and the gas bill, and there was nothing they could do other than go through the legal process. So it's like even though you're paying for their water, you still have to keep it connected, which. It seems kind of crazy because it's like it's just someone basically stealing your water at that point. Like if your neighbor hooked a hose up to your faucet and started like they can't do that. But if there's somebody living, even if I don't know. I mean,
it's kind of like to a more extreme extent here since it gets so cold in the winter. Technically, it's a crown corporation, our power, so it is government run. But it's you're not allowed. I think, in the gas company, you can't cut those services in the winter.
Right.
But the moment it hits a certain temperature outside, they can just remove your power.
Yeah, wait, how come power companies can cut power then?
Because I guess you don't really need power to live.
You could always
but you're not supposed
fire.
to cut it even if a tenant isn't. I don't know enough about this. I feel like you're not supposed to cut power though if you have a tenant, even if they're not paying rent.
I always thought here you could. It's just you couldn't do it when it was below a certain temperature.
Maybe California is very good for renters.
I think California, especially like LA County, it has very, very strong tenant rights. I mean, that's, a good thing generally, I think, if you're looking at sort of like tenants versus landlords.
Yeah, unless you're a landlord.
Generally has more power. No, I mean, it sucks if you're a landlord, but it's like, those are in place because as a landlord, you have the ability to like really, really mess up someone's life. And I guess it just balances out by making your tenants able to mess up your life in return.
In California, it is illegal for a landlord to remove or force a tenant out of a rental unit by any method other than going through the court procedure. It is illegal to turn the utilities off for non-payment. So you literally have to keep paying the utilities, and the only way to get them out is through the official legal process.
Yeah, although I mean, even with those like laws, it's really like that gets abused all the time. Like it's really easy for landlords to like basically just not care because, like, as a tenant, especially if you're kind of like poor, if you don't have money, how are you going to fight that?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I guess there's a difference too between what I was saying and what you were saying. I just realized that it's like it's probably illegal for the landlord to cut the power off on the tenant. But it's like in the case that I was thinking of here, it's if like you're a homeowner and you just stop paying electricity, then it's like so there's not like a tenant landlord coercion problem